Zapier can save us a lot of hours per day, week, or even month. So in this video, we'll build a social media automation that will let us to save hours of our time. And this lesson is a part of my Zapier masterclass. If you wanted to check it, actually, I will put the link in the description of this video. So check it out. And now let's get into the material. So the first one, advanced use case of this section, will be all about social media automation. So here we'll be using the Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, actually to post our content at once. And let me now show you right away what this automation will do. So let's start from the trigger. We would like to trigger this action whenever we've got the new post on our Facebook page. So for this case, we would need to have our own Facebook page. Nevertheless, if you don't have some, you can go over and set it up very quickly, just in a minute or two. So here we'll be using this stuff for the trigger. After that, we'll be using ChatGPT to extract structured data. So this is kind of the step inside of the ChatGPT that we can actually use, and this is very helpful. Because inside of there, we would like to extract the following information. So here, we would like to have the link, post text, or even title. So separate it into different fields. Actually our entire description. And this is from the simple fact that we'll be using this data to afterwards use in our LinkedIn, Pinterest, and so on. So again, we would like to have everything structured into different fields. Afterwards, we'll be using ChatGPT to summarize the text that will contain up to 500 characters. So later on, I will explain you everything better. Then we'll be using Zapier Formatter as the alternative for ChatGPT to actually format the text. So we would like to truncate it to maximum length of 500 characters. So whether in this automation you can go over use ChatGPT or even Formatter by Zapier. After that, we want to publish the LinkedIn post with the exact information from the Facebook pages, and actually we'll be using the data extracted from the ChatGPT. Then we send a Slack message that hey, our LinkedIn post was published. And then we use the filter by Zapier to actually check if we have an image in our Facebook post. Because otherwise, when we won't have it, we wouldn't like to proceed with the Pinterest and Slack message. Because here on the Pinterest, you would like to publish the post with an image. So there again, with this filter, we'll check if an image exists. And if yes, we go ahead and we publish the content on the Pinterest. And afterwards, we send the Slack message that, hey, the Pinterest post is published. So this is pretty much it. Of course, this is a quick overview, and actually I will show you everything step by step right now. Also remember there you've got the file to actually download, and here you've got all of the steps listed in this one beautiful PDF. So with that being said, let's get started creating our automation. So first things first, as always, we set the trigger. For this case, you would like to have the Facebook pages. So anytime the post is released right there, will trigger this automation. So here, I can pick the trigger event, which will be the new post by you. So you can click on that, choose an account, click on the continue, choose our Facebook page, continue, and test the trigger. And right now we should publish our post on our Facebook page to actually have the sample data to base on in our automation. So overall, you can provide the following components: the title of the post, afterwards some description, and the link. So 3 components in the description, and also here an image. So it could be any image you want, also any description. However, remember about these 4 components, so title, description, link, and even the image. So we can choose this data to proceed, continue with selected record, and now actually use ChatGPT to extract for us the specific parts of this post. So here, I can go ahead with the ChatGPT. And now in the action event, we've got something which is called extract structured data. So here we can pick it, and it will allow us exactly to do this stuff. So separate some important things in our case. So we can click on the continue and there provide our description from the Facebook pages, which will be, for this case, the message. Pick the model, GPT-4, and right there, we can provide the description. So which sort of data our chatbot should extract? For this case, I can type extract for me the title of the text, description, and link. That's pretty everything. We need to just include these important parts to extract. And here also we provide them. So first, I can provide title, here, another value which will be description, and also the third one which will be the link. So I can even change an order. So firstly we've got the title, next the description, and lastly the link. And here also we've got additional fields. For this case, we need to describe what should be in the title. So I can type. So the title should be the first line of the content. Yeah, so simple as that. You need to just better describe to the chatbot what you would like to receive. Should title be required? Yes. What data type is title? So this is a string. And there, what are the possible values for the title? We don't need to specify that. These three fields are very enough. Again, a description. So I can type. This is the second paragraph of the text. The long text form. We can type it simply by this way. Should description be required? Again, yes. And we've got the string. And lastly, we've got the link. So this is the link provided in the text. So this is kind of very simple. Nevertheless, it's very useful to better specify how it should work. We can test it right now and see that's perfect. We've got a title, which is Zapier test. There we've got a description, and lastly the link. So everything worked correctly. If you will have any different problems, for example, it will extract for you the title with some part of the description. That means you provided incomplete instructions. So here, just try to change the description of, for example, specific component. So there, instead of some sentence, you can provide another, just describe the problem in other different way. The third step will be to actually summarize the content up to 500 characters. And this is from the simple fact that Pinterest requires up to 500 characters. So otherwise, when we'll publish, for example, the content and that is above these characters, we would have an error and we don't want to get it. So for this case, I can use either ChatGPT to summarize the text or just the formatter by Zapier to truncate it. I will show you two cases. Let's start with the ChatGPT. You are very familiar with that. We use it a lot. So we click on the summarize text, continue. We pick the text, which will be for that case the extracted description from the Facebook post. And definitely we don't want to have the title inside there, the link, just the plain description. So I can pick that and here pick the model. So as usual, it will be GPT-4o. And here important step, so choose the proper amount of the max tokens. So remember, one token is approximately 4 characters. For this case, we can pick either the value 125, which equals approximately 500 characters, or even provide a gap, so provide other value to have the space between them. And it will be great. We can click on the continue, test the step. Sometimes, of course, it's not really necessary to summarize the text. However, it's great to actually have this step to check if the text is up to 500 characters. Another alternative for the ChatGPT is to actually use the formatter. So we can do the stuff also by this way. We can pick the action event, which will be the text. And we'll be using the feature which is actually called truncate. So yeah, we've got it. And here we pick again the input, so extracted data, so the description, and we provide the max length. For this case, I would like to have it up to 500 characters. For this case, we've got less than 500 characters, so nothing happens. So here again, you can use both these steps, whether ChatGPT or Formatter by Zapier. Afterwards, we create the step to publish our content on the LinkedIn. So here, simply we click on the LinkedIn and we choose the action event, which will be create share update. We pick an account as usual, and here we'll be using this content extracted by ChatGPT. So firstly, we've got a comment. So the description for our post. So here, we can go over there, pick the description. Afterwards, we've got a title. For this case, it will be, again, the title that we've got. Image URL. For this case, we can use the step, which is the trigger. So here in the Facebook post, we've got something which is full res picture. So this is the exact link to the image that we used. And lastly, we have the content URL. And here I've got my link. So this is pretty everything. We've got our description, the title, image URL, and URL for this image, so the content. We can click on the continue and test the step. So definitely we've got it. Here is our description, our title, our link, and an image from the Facebook post. So after successfully releasing our LinkedIn post, we can go over ahead and send a Slack message to notify our team that, hey, the LinkedIn post was published. So let's very quickly set it up. There's nothing, I think, to talk about. We choose the action event, which is send channel message. After that, we pick the channel. We can pick the proper message, which is, for this case, LinkedIn post was published for, and we provide the title. So extracted data. So yeah, we've got a ChatGPT. And here we can click on the continue, test the step, and we've got it. The next step will be to actually provide the filter, because we would like to check if we have an image inside of the Facebook post. Otherwise, you would like to stop the zap. So I can go ahead, pick the data. For this case, let's pick the full res picture and actually provide the condition which is exists. We can click on that. Yeah, so it continued because we had an image. So after we have an image, we can actually take our content and also publish on the Pinterest. So we can do the stuff, simply create a pin, choose the board, choose an image, which will be, for this case, full res picture, the title, so extracted data, the link. So here also we've got it. And at the